Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to everyone. My name is Nayli Husna binti Ahmad Hafizullah and I am Year 1 medical student in UiTM Sungai Buloh. Today, I'll be sharing with you some fascinating insights about eating disorder. Have you ever had a friend who complained about losing weight even though knowing that they actually already in low BMI or underweight? Or someone who constantly restrict their food intake or having low confidence in their own body appearance? So these are the signs of eating disorders. At first, the symptoms may seem mild, but if they are not addressed, they can lead to serious and life-threatening condition. And that is why I chose the topic, as I want to inform everyone how serious eating disorder can be. The information that I'll be sharing today is based on my research from trusted medical sources, and as I am studying health-related subjects, I really want to spread the awareness about this condition with everyone. And I will be informing you about what is eating disorders, the types and examples of eating disorders, and the factors that contribute to eating disorders. Eating disorders are serious behavioral conditions which affect millions of people worldwide. And this condition includes persistent eating behaviors and would impact one's physical and emotional health as well as mental well-being that can be life-threatening. Eating disorders usually affects among the adolescents and the young children, which I can categorize by the individuals that are still developing physically and emotionally. People with this condition might as well develop a lot of symptoms that is difficult to cope with their daily life. Before I proceed to some examples and the types of eating disorders, I would like to share with you the subtle sign of eating disorder. Firstly, when individuals frequently engage in negative self-talk or thoughts about their own body size and image. And then next, people that have feared to eat in public as the person feel that others are judging them. And lastly, they tend to make unusual or strange food combination which can develop eating disorder. So there are several types of eating disorder, but today I will be explaining two types only, which are anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. Anorexia nervosa is a serious condition where a person is extremely afraid of gaining weight. So they tend to starve or take any abuse pills to keep from gaining weight. People that is diagnosed with anorexia often restricts food intake and loses weight until they significantly below a healthy body weight. Just like in the picture, this person's body look very thin and fragile looking body, which due to extreme weight loss. If people with anorexia left untreated, they may lead to serious medical conditions like heart problem, as they lack essential nutrients in their body which important for their growth and body metabolism and can cause muscle loss and weakness. Not only that, people with anorexia may appear weak and always tired as their bodies could not produce enough energy as no source of nutrients. Bulimia nervosa, on the other hand, is a disorder where a person tends to binge eating a large amount of food at one time and then try to compensate by purging behaviors. They tend to get rid of the food usually by intentionally vomiting because they are afraid of gaining weight. Furthermore, the other ways for them to ease their guilt and fear after binge eating, they also purge the food from her body by taking drugs that cause diarrhea and do extreme exercises. Usually, person with this mental illness may look physically normal, but bulimia is actually causing internal harm through dangerous behaviors as they are not always visible. Some examples of consequences that may occur in people with bulimia is the menstrual periods become irregular, often feeling dizzy, constant upset stomach, constipation, and sore throat. Next, we will look at the factors that can lead to eating disorders. One major factor that contributes to eating disorders is social influence. In today's society, many people, especially among the teenagers, face pressure to meet an ideal body type. This constant comparison creates pressure to fit in, which can negatively affect mental health. Social influence comes from several sources in people's daily lives, mainly from the social media. This is the most powerful source, I can say, of influence, as people often to compare their own body image with others. Peer pressure and family influence is also the main sources of social influence, as it would create constant pressure in individual and increase the risk of them developing eating disorder. When people feel that they must look in a certain way to be accepted, they may develop unhealthy eating behaviors in an attempt to meet these unrealistic standards. Another factor is the biological aspects. Individuals with genetic disorders or family history of eating disorders have a higher risk due to inherited vulnerability. Hormonal imbalance could also contribute to eating disorders by affecting the person's appetite, mood, and stress levels. Before I dive into the examples, there are terms that might sound unfamiliar to you, which are serotonin and dopamine. These are the hormones is essential for our overall well-being, mood, emotions, and even our appetite. So, if there's imbalance of serotonin, they would increase anxiety and obsessive thoughts, such as being overly focused on food choices. In addition, imbalance in dopamine can also cause individuals to seek temporary pleasure or relief, which may lead to binge eating disorders. To sum up, I would like to suggest or encourage anyone who ever exhibit those symptoms might as well to go for a medical treatment or consult with the psychiatrist or dietitian, as this condition should never be considered less severe or taken lightly, as it may lead to long-term effects. With the help from the professionals, I ensure that they can help you to receive proper diagnosis, create a healthy eating plan, and receive guidance to improve their emotional and psychological health. Or if you ever notice the symptoms to a friend or loved ones, please do take actions and do not ignore them. Offering support and taking action can make a huge difference in their recovery. And that is all from me. Thank you for watching and listening to my video.